All right, good evening. We are here. We are live. Hold on, waiting for Facebook to load us up real quick. We are live with Woman to Woman. Tonight we have Nicole. I don't know how to pronounce her last name and I don't want to mispronounce it. She is going to be with us talking about health and wellness and finding the balance and letting us know what she's doing. And I'm pretty excited to have her on because I've been following her journey, especially since quarantine, and it is an amazing journey. She inspired me to work out. She inspired me to get healthy. And I haven't maintained like her, but sis is doing things. She has her own health and wellness fitness, right? Get Fit with
Yes.
Nick, personal
Yes.
training. You do yoga classes. Introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'm Nicole Lazard, owner of Unique Fitness and Wellness, which is health and wellness. I have, of course, like you stated, personal training. I offer personal training to clients as well as I do individual group workouts as well as virtual. I have added on to my brand. My brand is Nicole Lazard. That's the overall brand, but underneath that is Unique Fitness and Wellness. And like I said, I've also incorporated now yoga and fit with Nick. Nicole. Like I said, is Unique Fitness and Wellness, which is the workout. Get Fit with Nick, and then I have the yoga and stretch with Nick. And then also I've added onto my brand, which I'll be launching next month, which is Body by Nick, which is body contouring. So anything with body, I'm your girl. I want to make sure you feel confident and comfortable being naked. For you and whomever else that other person may be. But my goal overall is to help you be confident in how you look naked.
I love it.
I'm
I
all for the
love
naked
it. I'm
cat.
all for that. I love to feel confident in my bikinis. So there's that.
Right.
Absolutely.
So if you feel confident how you look with no clothes on, and then you add a little bit too, then that's even more better.
Yes,
Awesome,
yes.
awesome, awesome. Okay.
So tell me, how did your journey begin?
Well, for me, I've never been big at all. But for me, it's more so. I want to say in 2015 is really when it all kind of peaked. Because all throughout, pretty much forever, I've always been the one. Like even on my jobs at working, because I work in corporate America outside of my personal business, and I've always been the person that has tried to motivate and encourage people to, do like fitness challenges, and I'm the one who kept tally and making sure trying to encourage them to like, hey, get to those goals, passing out things to help, just in the work environment. Because, in the work environment in corporate America, you're just at a desk all day. So just something to keep to help the team stay motivated and encouraged. And then outside of that, in 2015, we moved from Arlington to DeSoto, and I started doing CrossFit boot camp Gladiator is what I started off doing initially. And then from that, it was totally different from any type of workouts that I've ever done. And so from that, it kind of like, so from there, I just enjoyed the whole CrossFit type environment with the workouts being outside, and it was challenging, but it was also something that I feel like, oh, I can do this. So in 2019 is when I launched Get Fit with Nick. It was after
Mhm.
one of my coworkers. She, like I said, in corporate America, I've always been the person that people come to say, hey, what about this in regards to like any type of workout or nutrition or anything like that. So this one coworker, she was having issues with her numbers at the doctor, like her blood pressure. She got a bad report, and so from that, she came to me. She was like, "Well, can you train me?" And so, we started off, and I helped her with that. And like I said, in 2019, that's where it kind of hit off, and then so it's taken off from there. And I've added on to my brand, like I said, and just continue to be the motivated encourager, and posting workouts. Or of course, like I said, when COVID hit, that's when I started doing virtual workouts, doing group workouts, individual, because everybody couldn't go to the gym, so I had to try to find
Mhm.
something else to help keep people motivated and encouraged while they were at home. And like I said, so that's where the virtuals, started, and I would give people different workout plans. Because Brandy, I remember you had mine posted in you was in your garage, right?
Yes, yes.
Because I would always post different workouts like for the month or for the week or whatever, and people would copy those and post them, and that was kind of like their encouragement for for whatever time period. And the coworker that I had mentioned, she went when she had I trained her for like 6 weeks, and then when she had her next doctor's visit after that time period, all of her numbers had gone down. And so she had a really good report after that. So it was just kind of like I was like, okay, that was kind of like, positive for me to see, the feedback that she got from her doctor, as well as to see that, the things that I helped her implement in just day to day. The number one key, of course, is your nutrition, your diet. And when you say diet, people are like, well, I don't want to be on a diet. It's not that. It's just like, what are you eating? Because your diet can be what you eat, what you listen to, what you drink, anything that you put, inside your body, your mind, all those things are factors that help you on a day-to-day basis. And we are what we hear, eat, and drink. So we have to be careful what those things are. So when I tell people that you have to, what are you eating, that's the first thing that I ask people, because I won't just take clients just because people come to me and ask can you train me? Because outside of all those things, the very first key, like if people talk to me, if they're saying, oh, I don't want to do this, I won't take you. Because you have to have a mental has to be first, like your mindset. If you're not mentally prepared about what's about to happen, then you're not going to do it. It'll just kind of be a waste of your time and mine too. And I don't just take clients just because they want me to. There are trainers that do that, but I'm not one of them. I don't need your money like that. But there are trainers that do take the money and you don't see any results, because if they're not serious, then of course you're a representation of me as well. So I don't want my brain walking around looking like yesterday. So I just need you to,
like there's no work being done. Yeah.
right. It's kind of like a marriage. Like you have to do your part. If you're gonna do your part, I'm gonna do my part, and then it'll be a success. But if I'm doing all the work and you're not doing anything, then it's gonna fail. And I don't want to fail.
Okay. Absolutely. So nutrition. We were just before the show, we were talking a little bit about nutrition, and you did mention that it is mental. And I've learned that. How have you stayed a vegan? How are you doing this?
So in 2019 is when I went no meat. So it was kind of like at the time, Wes and I told him, I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. And so it was kind of like he looking at me like, well, that's what you want to do, but I don't want to do it. So it was our household. So I was like, well, this is what we're gonna do. So it's kind of like I was like, no pork, no, like it was like I was just taking stuff away, and I'm the one who was doing all the preparing of the meals. So this is what we're gonna do. And so you can't really make people do what they don't want to do. And, men, they don't want to do everything. So I said, okay, well, let's take all these things away. And I just did this. Where for me, I still did like pescatarian, but I still didn't do meat. And then, I kind of dabbled, I went the fake vegan at first, because I'm like buying all this plant-based stuff. That's not really the thing, because I might as well just eat meat if I'm going to buy plant-based. Because a lot of people, what they get confused by, just because it says plant-based, those things are filled with chemicals and all. So you might as well just go ahead on and eat meat, because we don't know what's in that. Plant-based is plant-based, vegan is vegan. Like the plant-based, when they have that on the label, like that's not plant-based. So if you're plant-based, which means you're plant-based, meaning you're eating fruits and vegetables, that means you're going to the store, you're buying mushrooms and all those type of things. And you're like, I have a friend that he hates when I say plant-based, and I say, oh, I made ribs today, or and then he'll be like, man, what's the real thing behind it? And it's just kind of like I've incorporated mixing jackfruit and mushrooms and just different vegetables or whatever, and made it into something that looks like that. But it's all about the seasoning. So for me, I've been able to do this because I just been consistent on trying to figure out what works best for me. And it's kind of challenging for me because I'm the opposite of most people who are working out, because my goal has always been to gain weight. And with me being vegan, it's hard because I have to get my protein in. So it's harder to get the protein in because I'm not eating meat with all this stuff filled in. So it's kind of like having protein shakes where I make my own using like oatmeal, peanut butter, banana, like stuff like that, hemp seeds, and making my own like a protein shake. But it's still a challenge because I don't like drinking stuff a lot. So it's just like I have to eat larger meals, and sometimes that's
Uh-huh.
a challenge as well. But it's been an interesting journey. Let's just say that. So my friends already know that with me being vegan, there's stuff that I'm not gonna eat. Like, so I ask, well, what's in this? So I'm the friend who's gonna be at dinner asking the waitress, hey, what's in that? Because I want to know what's in it. Because there's
Right.
some stuff that I'm not gonna eat. I
Right.
may do a vegetarian depending on where I'm at, but I'm not gonna eat any meat. So like my cousin and I, we went to New York last month, and I'm the one saying, now what's in this? So we had, so like African and Indian food, they have really good vegan items on their menu. So like jollof rice, plantains, just different things. Like if they put a spin on it, like making it a Caribbean style meal item, it was
Mhm.
spicy, but it was really good, and it still was vegan. So I can still go a lot of places. And in Beaumont, JW, I will go there and ask them to make something specifically for me where they're just going to do some sauteed vegetables and like a sweet potato. And I'll still ask, well, what's in this? Like they'll have like this mushroom risotto, and I want to know what's in it, because if it have cream in it, then I'm not going to eat it. So they have to, it just depends on where you're at, because some people will work with you and some people are like, well, baby, you better find you something else.
Right.
But
Right. Right.
That's
so
okay. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I've been watching her journey. She's a part of my family. I've been watching her journey. And it is hard being consistent, especially when COVID happened. Some people had to pivot, and it's like you had to get what you can get. At that point, I tried the vegetarian, I tried the vegan, and that's the thing with me. Like, I still want to kind of stick to a little bit of that plant based, because okay, let me go ahead and get the vegan crumbles because I still needed that texture. But I'll tell you, like certain stuff, it is all in the seasoning. And then
yeah.
we have a lot of vegan items at our restaurant, and it is all in the seasoning. And so just like this weekend, I made this chicken tortilla soup, but I didn't even need the chicken because everything else, I didn't use any cream, because a lot of people use heavy whipping cream. I didn't use any cream. I didn't use any cheese, but it was so good. So I didn't even need the meat. So it is a lifestyle change, but the
Yeah.
seasoning is the seasoning. But I'm gonna tell you, this yoga thing, I've been trying to get her to Houston. Okay, listen.
Oh, when you coming? I need to be stretched.
All kind of ways.
I
So
know
like
it.
with the
I need
yoga
to be
thing,
relaxed.
like with the yoga thing, like I'm trying to get to Houston. I just have to find the perfect place, because it has to be like the space has to make sense for me. Like
Right.
it can't be enclosed. Like I want it to be kind of open, where there's a lot of room, and it doesn't have to be a lot of room, but I want to make sure that it's the right place.
Right.
And so venturing onto the yoga part of it, like I said, I do the workouts with the personal training, of course, that. And then the yoga part came about when after I lost my mom. And I had to find an outlet to help me get through that healing process.
Right.
And yoga was something that I already had done previously, but I kind of went in deeper into it, after going to different classes and just sitting there looking like, well, I can do this, just based off of what they were doing. But I wanted my class to be totally different from any class that I've experienced. And based off of the feedback that I get from my students, and that's exactly what it is, because my class isn't just regular yoga, because that's what a lot of
Right.
people think it is, and it's not that. Because I provide, I offer breath work, which is like the very beginning of every one of my classes. I challenge my students to just kind of like center themselves and focus on their breathing, like, because that's going to help you get through the yoga session. And it just kind of helps you clear your mind and get focused on the practice that's about to happen. happen. They don't do that in a regular yoga class. And then also, I do affirmations in my class. I speak life into these individuals because I have men and women, and all throughout the class, I'm just speaking, I'm just giving off really good energy to them. And then, of course, we do yoga poses, and of course, I also, because it's not just yoga, I do stretch therapy as well because I'm a stretch therapist also. So I go through and I do different stretch poses for, I just put them in different positions and I stretch their body. And then, of course, like I said, we do yoga poses as well. And that's pretty interesting seeing some people, because 95% of my students are all beginners. And so people feel like, oh, I've never done yoga before. I'm not flexible. None of that matters. You don't have to do any of those things. You don't even have to be, you can be a plus size person and you can still come to one of my classes, because a lot of people are like, well, I don't see any big girls on none of your pictures. That doesn't matter, because it's all sizes. I've stretched an individual where she was kind of like the largest person that I've stretched, and it was like at a church event that I went to, and she was very fearful to actually let me stretch her because she had been through a car accident like a few years prior, so she was very afraid. But when I did stretch her, when I was done, she cried, because also it's a release from your body. During the stretching and during the yoga poses, just different ones. And also I challenge my students to release, mainly the females, to release trauma, to get in a certain like a position, laying on their back, where you're releasing trauma in your lower extremities. Because for women, that's where we house all of our trauma, in that area. So in my class, you will see people crying. That's really the main thing. You'll see crying, you'll see tears, people releasing, and stress, anxiety, trauma from their bodies. So every person that has been to my class, I'm not making this up. Like, they have said that they feel like the stress has left their body, after they've taken my class. And,
awesome. You're a healer.
I hear a lot of people tell me that my spirit,
you're healing people.
Yes, and that's really my ultimate goal for, since I started doing this. Just healing people. I feel like people are my passion, and that's what God has me here for, to heal people, to help people, doing the yoga, with them as well. But yeah, so I hear a lot of people tell me that, like I had a class in Beaumont this past weekend, and one of my students, she was like, "You did it to me again." And so I'm like, "What did I do?" She was like, the tears were flowing. So it feels good to know that I'm helping people release things from their body, that they've been holding on to, because you can't be a whole person walking around broken, and you just have to let it go.
Absolutely.
Do you feel that's what yoga is all about, like letting go and releasing and healing? Because I have gone to a yoga class and it was very commercialized. I feel it was more like, let me get these people in and out.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do that pose, too bad. Okay, we're moving on to the next. So what I'm seeing is that with you, yoga is more than that. And I love that about you, because you're wanting to actually use yoga in the way that it should be used, and that's to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I said in the very beginning, like, for me, just different yoga class that I've experienced, I have never been to a class like mine. And that really was the goal when I came up with the plan and the idea of what I wanted it to look like. Because, in your head, you can have one thing when you get into the class. Because I know each class that I do, I pray over the space before I start. And of course, God moves me throughout my class. So I may, I may have a plan when I get there to the studio, but then once the class starts, then that's not what happens. Mm-hmm. And, and I'm just thankful for the fact that I've been placed in a position to where I'm able to help, heal so many people, touch so many people, and just to be a voice to them, to show them that we need to pour into ourselves on a daily basis. Because at the end of the day, individuals are who they are. We're not attached to our children, our spouses, our significant others, our jobs. Like, those things will be what they are, but you still going to be ending up with yourself at the end of the day. So when we came here by ourselves, we're going to leave here by ourselves. So we have to be whole individuals walking around here so that we can be good for, we can't be so consumed with pouring into so many cups and our cup is just overflowing. We need to be able to pour into ourselves.
Right. I love it. I love it. Tell us about your body contouring. I've heard about it, but I don't, help me understand.
Yeah, so the body contouring is laser lipo, and laser lipo is kind of like, okay, so I can say this, for me, I feel like in today's society, it's so enamored with social media. Social media shows us that our body's supposed to look like this. We're supposed to have a butt that looks like this. Our breast is supposed to look like this. That's not what God created you to be. So however he created you, that's how you should be looking. And, people want to have, they have the microwave mentality, which, how the microwave cooks stuff fast for you. Do the work. Like, that's really the whole point. Like, do whatever work is necessary for you to get to where you're trying to go. And I understand that there are people that may be obese and they need to have like major surgeries or those things. And, they need to have the skin surgery to cut that excess skin off. But if God did not create you to have a triple D breast or this big fat butt, then just don't do it. I mean, if you want to work out,
call it how I see it.
You want to work out to get those things, then do that. Make it be natural. But it's just so bad, y'all. Y'all know, y'all have seen what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Like the thighs do not match. Like, it's
go to the gym.
Yes.
I can make you a booty.
Right. And what's so crazy, you see these people in the gym and y'all did not do this in the gym. Like, they come in there like, girl, no, ma'am. Like
already made. And I'm like, girl.
And then they get on social media posting all these videos. That is not natural. And like, they have a lot of social media influencers, trainers, or fitness guru models and stuff like that. They did not get that naturally.
Right. Exactly. And you can help with body contouring. So how does that?
Yeah.
How does that work? Because
it helps with like tightening the skin, and that's pretty much what it is. It tightens the skin, and helping you, like, it's so for me, I wouldn't offer to do a body contouring session on a person for one time. It would be like, for me, I would do it based off of packaging. So you're not going to come to me for one time and say, oh, well, this didn't work, because again, with anything that you do, with body contouring, with working out, all of those things require you to have proper nutrition. So if you're not eating right, then you're wasting your time again, and you're wasting mine, and then you're wasting your money, because you still have to eat right, and you still have to follow whatever plan that I have you on. And so you have to get it done like a certain number of times. Like, we may do a plan for 4 sessions or 6 sessions or 8. That's how I have my package. And it's just like I said, it's the tightening of the skin and, helping you release water weight and, those type of things to help you with your body being tight in whatever area you're wanting to work on.
I like that. I like the whole package idea. But the good thing about it is you can offer a variety of things, because that's your niche right there, right? So the good thing about it, when I see the yoga, it's like Reiki on steroids, because it's a little bit different, but it's like the Reiki on steroids. And you talk about how them people motivate you. Girl, I be want to turn this Facebook on, stretch me like she doing this person right here. That's why I'm like, she got to get to Houston, okay? Because there's the stretch zone here, but it's like, I don't feel like I would get what I want out of that place. Like, I go to the chiropractor, I go work out. So there's certain things that I look for. I've even went to yoga, and I did yoga with a really good therapist that practiced like years ago. And it's just like it does something to you, the whole meditation.
It does.
Like, I need that, and you need it, because it's like self-care. So I really love the aspect, and everything is going to come together, because now you're offering the food, the fit, the body couture, like, it's all gonna come together. So I really, really do like that.
Yes.
We just need
All of
you
it,
in
definitely.
Houston. We need you in Houston. Look, I've been crying. I'm like,
We can find you a space.
She has shown me 2 places, and I was like, I don't
We
like.
have to find you a space because
Yeah,
we
I have
definitely
got to find
out
a space
here.
in Houston because so many people have asked me, when are you coming to Houston? When are you coming to Houston? Beaumont, let me tell y'all, Beaumont has shown me so much love, and I am so thankful and grateful for them. And you know, really, Beaumont, the reason why I feel like, because the market in Beaumont doesn't have anything like that. Like Dallas Fort Worth, there's yoga everywhere you turn. In Beaumont, there is nothing. There is no brown skinned girls doing any yoga there. There is a yoga studio that I partner with in Beaumont. She's not brown skinned. She's Caucasian. She loves me, and I love the fact that she loves me, and I'm able to utilize her space. And so I try to pack that space out every time I come home. And then, you know, now I've incorporated the couples, which that's the whole nother thing. That was not part of my plan. This is all God's thing. And, you know, I didn't know this, but touching couples, like that's the thing too. Like, you know, I'm doing this for the women and the men in these classes individual. And now here I am now venturing over to doing couples. And
I love that.
just the couples part of it, like that's funny because I had planned on doing the release for this like Valentine's Day, but some months back there, people was like, hey, when are you gonna do couples? Because a lot of ladies want to go with their husbands. So I was like, okay. So I went ahead and I did it. And I just had my first couples class I think last month in Beaumont. And it was a huge success. Like I got so much great feedback.
I saw.
And people, and of course, the same way that I make my ladies release, this release happened in this couples class, and it just blew me away to see. Because the focus for my couples class is kind of like reconnection, intimacy, you know, trust, you know, all the things that you may be lacking in your relationship. And the thing about a relationship is, what I learned, well, based off of experience as well, but you can be in a relationship with someone and you can talk to them every day, but you're not actually talking to them. Like you can talk at a person, but you have to be like, people talk to, you know, either they're listening, they're not actively listening, they're just talking to talk, but people don't touch each other every day that are in a relationship. People don't kiss. People aren't intimate, like on an actual intimate level. Some people don't even know what intimacy is in a relationship. And I know that firsthand. And so once you get it, it's kind of like, well, dang. And so what I'm doing in this class is showing those individuals, those couples, how to do that. And I like to get the feedback from the husbands or the boyfriends and to hear their feedback to say, oh yeah, this was really good, or I'm coming back. And I had a class, just like I said last week, and it was some returning couples. So you know you're doing something good if the guys are actually say, hey, yeah, I want to come back to that. So I'm on to something else. And you know, like I said, to hear them say you're on to something, then that means a lot to me, because I know I'm in the right direction. I'm moving in the right direction to do whatever I'm supposed to be doing.
Absolutely. Okay.
I love the fact that you offer those couples classes, because we are seeing a lot of separations and divorcing, and you are one of the people that are wanting to bring couples back together. And I love to see that, because in social media it's so much oh, forget that man, oh, it's over with, and da 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 da. But your vibe is, no, let's see how we can bring y'all together to reconnect. And I appreciate you for doing that, because we need that out here. It's so much going on in marriages, in relationships, partnerships, and you are definitely a need. So when you come into Houston now.
Nikki, y'all have to find me a space. Like
look, and I'm going to another space tomorrow, because I'm doing it's a 5 office suite, but I'm doing like a content room. I'm setting it up for photographers. So it's just going to be 5 big rooms for photographers. So I'm going to take pictures tomorrow and I'm going to send it to you and see if that works. Girl, look, I will close my restaurant. But you
okay. I will take off from work.
I went and looked at the space and I was like, no, I don't think this is it. This is it. Like, I don't know when it's it. Once I see it, and I was like, nah, this isn't it.
We're going to get you.
Yes, we're going to find you.
Look, when I Chandra said they're waiting in ATL as well. Chandra Bailey.
Yes, look, I know.
She's waiting in ATL.
Look, everybody, I told people like, hey, y'all find me a space and I will come. I would definitely come.
I could definitely
Yeah.
see this going on tour, like a city to city
Yes.
tour. I definitely could see that because it's needed. You see, one thing I know you've seen this guy that goes around and he does these exotic massages, right? Have y'all seen
Yes.
him on
Yeah.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Girl, and he's like really, really blown up by these, and it is like these exact because my sister had sent this to me like a while back, and I clicked on it. I was like, oh no. So she was
I
like,
know.
so people, yeah, I mean the bookings, and he goes over. So just imagine like the healing part, like people really need that. And hey, I'm gonna be in your city this day, and just book it. I think the tour would be really, really good. Maybe that's not on your plan for 2024, definitely 2025. I would definitely make that
Right.
on my.
I definitely,
Yeah.
that would be awesome because I could see you really, really traveling from city to city and state to state with this. You are making a difference in health and wellness and balance. And it's hard to find the balance when you're trying to keep your nutrition up, be a mom, be a wife, be a partner, be a businesswoman, be all of these things. And I'm just so very happy to see your journey and to see that you are truly, truly obeying God. And that's
Yeah.
the word for what Vision 2024 was, our word obedience. And you are one of his soldiers that have been obeying God for so long. And I just love your journey. I just love to watch you grow and continue with your businesses. So
And just over time, like I remember when you first started working out up until like now, it's like, okay, it's
right.
more, yeah. So it's good because some people give up. Like they
Right.
will really give up because life can hit you, things can happen. When COVID, happened, like so much stuff happened. You could have just been like, oh, I'm just going back to eat meat. I'm just, gonna stop working out. I'm just gonna give up. But you just kept going, and so that made a lot of people, they'll start some. I see a lot of fitness trainers, and when you talk about how you're the people represent you, right? I remember I was looking for a fitness trainer, and I was researching this one guy, and one of my clients had referred him to me. But I thought, I said all of their bodies look the same. Like it looked real different. And I was like, I don't, everybody body looked it so different, but they were starving themselves. Like the stuff that he had them doing. I mean, they were paying $1,500 a month. They were losing weight, but they were starving themselves. Girl, they gained all that weight back. And it's like nobody is doing it anymore. So it's like being consistent over this long period of time. I can definitely see you. It's gonna go big. It's
Definitely, because consistency is key. As you know, I was telling you earlier, I struggle with nutrition. Like lately, I've been like consistently and quietly going back to doing the nutrition and things like that. But it is a struggle. It's a mental thing, and I do feel like your yoga class would help me. But yeah, consistency and mentally being strong.
I have started doing the yoga classes virtually, but with doing that, like what I've heard is like it's still like I'm missing from it. Even though you see me on this screen and I'm still giving you the same prompts or changing it up or whatever, you don't feel my spirit through that screen.
Exactly.
And so it's not the same.
I was reading some of the comments on your page after your couples yoga class, and your touch is very important.
Yeah.
To them, pushing them, and just talking to them and speaking to them. You got so many great reviews over your classes in Bowman. I'm just like, this is amazing. So I do feel like your yoga classes are more of a in person thing for you.
Because this was different for me because like I said, I also do guys, and I have to touch them in a different way, like not to arouse them or anything like that. So when I with my schooling, I had to learn just different areas. Like if I can touch a female in a certain area, and they're going to be fine, but if I touch a guy, then there may be So, but even me not knowing the proper way to touch guys, like I still get feedback that, I touch their soul, and just different
Okay.
just different things, where I left them feeling like, wow, like I'm blown away by this session. Like I definitely need to continue to get this, because this is something that I'm missing. Like it helped, because guys need a release as well.
Oh
They
yeah.
have a lot of stuff that they're dealing with, and they need to release, also, like they're even more,
Definitely.
they're even prone to the world that is so against, especially our brown guys. And we want to make sure that
Yeah.
we want them to, like, they have to, they're fighting with the world. So they need to have a release, and then they go home to to a chaotic household or whatever, so they also need to have some sort of outlet, where they're able to, just focus and center on themselves as well. So the same things that I pour into the ladies, I poured into the guys as well.
That's awesome, because we do forget that men have emotions and feelings, and they need to have an outlet as well. And I think
Right.
as a woman, we sometimes think, well, I need to do fitness. I need to make sure my body is good. I need to do this yoga. But what about your partner? Because at the end of the day, yes, our African American men have different struggles
Right.
that we don't face at all. When they go out into the world, it's really them against the world. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like anything could possibly happen to a black man during the day. And not only that, they have stress on their jobs too. And
Right.
we sometimes act like they don't stress about their children, but they do stress about their kids as well, and being a provider. So I'm grateful that you're providing an outlet, not just for women, but for men as well. Just like my brother said, we got feelings too. Y'all do.
Yeah, and that's true. Like, that's true, because they're fighting with the world, and then of course if they have to come home and fight too, oh no, they like,
That's a
man,
lot. And
I
that's
got to figure out something to do to help relieve some stress from my body as well. Because I
yeah.
know, like, I've done like it to my son, and he will tell me, he was like, man, mom, I felt the stress leave from my body like when you were done with that. So just to hear feedback from guys, and to know that this is helping them. And like I said, I'm just so grateful for the love that I get, the feedback, and just to see that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I pray over my space just as well. I pray as God touches me, to allow me to say what I need to say, touch what I need to touch, and move however I'm supposed to be moving. So, to hear and see, I'm just grateful.
Yeah. Do you know what's next? Like, do you know like what's next, what's coming in the future? Like what do you have up on your plate next? Are you just going with what God has you doing?
Yeah, I'm definitely going with what God has me doing. But like I said, the body contour will actually launch next month. That's when I'll officially launch, even though, I've done some here and there, but I'll officially launch. And of course, ultimately, my goal is to have my own space.
Mhm.
So that's what I'm praying for. And I feel like Houston, I definitely won't move back to Beaumont, but I feel like Houston may be the next market for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I feel like because it's right there, and it's easy for me to get right there, and go to about my be between the two. But of course, that's not where I haven't been saying, hey, I haven't been given the green light,
Go
like that's
ahead.
time for
Yeah.
me to go there
Yeah.
yet. But so right now, I'm still going to be going, between the spaces, and like I said, my body contouring that'll officially start. But in the meantime, in between time, I'm gonna be here and there.
Do
Okay.
you have any personal training like specials going on right now? Are you still personal training virtually? Are you personal training
Yeah,
in
I
person?
I do virtual. I do the personal training mainly virtually, because I still have to focus on myself.
Mhm,
Because
mhm.
prior to me losing my mom, like, I was so focused on my clients and going here and there. I'm not doing that anymore. It's kind of like I have to focus on me and what my goals are, because I have goals too. And making sure that I have, I'm feeling how I want to feel, and I look how I want to look naked too. So just those things. So I do, all of my clients are virtual. Now, there may be a time or two where I actually do, like, I go and meet a client somewhere at a gym, or they come to me, but 90% of my clients for fitness is virtual.
Okay.
So
How
I
do
don't have
you
any special, because I mean, it's all virtual. So, I do have challenges for them, and make, of course, this month I'm challenging everyone to do no meat. And that's kind of like with, most churches are doing like the Daniel fast or some type of
Yeah,
fast.
my
But
church is doing it.
yeah, so of course, this month I'm challenging them to do no meat, which is going pretty good. 'Cause, they'll send me pictures and stuff of what they had, and I'll randomly say, "Hey, let me see what you ate today," or just something like that. I'm that trainer. I want to see what you ate. What did
Yeah.
you drink today? How much water did you drink? Or just different things like that. But I definitely I'm hard, but you have goals and you want to reach those goals, and you're not going to reach those goals by me giving you a little slap on the wrist. Like, I'm going to go hard for you, just like I need you to go hard for yourself.
As you should. Because
Absolutely.
I've had a personal trainer before. That's why I switched to Beachbody. I've had personal trainers and they didn't go hard. And so I was lackadaisical in my eating and working out. I could skip workouts. Like, they didn't check on me or anything like that. But I see that you are invested in your clients, and that is awesome. That is truly, truly awesome.
Yeah. That's good. Okay.
Nikki, do we have any other questions for
let the audience know. So what is your schedule coming up back in Beaumont? When will you be back in Beaumont?
So I will be back in Beaumont the weekend after Valentine's Day, because in Beaumont, the week of Valentine's Day is Mardi Gras. And that was really when I was planning on coming, but I know that people probably have plans, and I'm not trying to compete with Mardi Gras and all of that. So I just decided I'm gonna come the weekend after. So I'll be there the 15th, the third, whatever the Thursday through this. I'll have a class the 15th, the 16th, the 17th is the Saturday. And I'm actually, this past weekend when I was there, I started something new. Some of my clients begged me to do a morning class, and that was such a great class. It actually blew me away. Because I actually I actually did the class with them because it wasn't that many students, but for it to be a morning class, it was such an amazing class because that starts your day and you have a whole different feeling. So that was a great class. So I've actually implemented that to my February schedule. So I will be doing a morning class on that Saturday in Beaumont.
nice?
That night I'll have a couples class.
So Chandra Young says Nicole warm up is crazy, and then she starts the workout. What's up with this warm up?
She's talking about my workout. So for me, like for workouts with the for the training, the warm up needs to get your heart rate up. Like, so most people think the warm up is the workout. No, it's not. And so so the warm up is kind of hard, but it just gets your heart rate going, and then you move on to your workout. So you already know she's not about to be playing with me. So let me just go ahead. It just kind of wakes you up because they think that this is about to be a game, and it's real simple. No, I'm a hard trainer, but you get really great results. So
I love that. You look like you're just so sweet. Like, oh, sweetie, it's gonna be all right. And I you go hard.
Right. And look, what's so crazy at the end of the workout, I'll say, okay, well, do you have any prayer requests? Or, we'll pray. They'll be looking at me crazy, like, girl, really? Like, after all of that, you want to pray with me?
Right. You can pray before the workout, okay?
Pray for me before, not after.
Right.
So I know both times, before and after.
Exactly. Right. I know definitely the February class we're going to miss because me and Brandon's going to be in Austin that weekend.
Yes.
Definitely, if we have to drive to Beaumont, okay, that's how serious.
You don't have to drive.
Okay. Yes.
That's just what it is.
Which time y'all going that Saturday?
I'm actually leaving that Thursday. So I'll be there that Thursday to that Monday because our event is that Saturday.
Yes, I'm going to leave on that Friday. The Friday after work, I'll be heading out to Austin after that.
Okay. So y'all gonna have to come to the March class. I'm gonna see what that schedule looks like. Look, maybe I'll be in Houston for March. Who knows?
Listen, I'm about to get on it again. Okay.
Look, I'm excited. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like I wouldn't need your release. I need that release with the yoga and everything, because I've done yoga, but I didn't experience what your clients have experienced, and I gotta experience that.
Yeah, because they're at the point where now, like when I was there just past weekend, they was like, you really need to come home like every week. I'm not doing that. One of my friends was like, well, why don't you come home every 2 weeks? Who's paying for all of this? Look, they trying to come up with a plan like, well, I can pick you up from the airport. So who's somebody driving to Houston to get me? Because I'm not going to drive. So somebody has to drive to Houston to get me, to bring me back to Beaumont. They try to come up with a plan, but I am not doing that. Like, not right now.
Like, let's figure this other stuff out. I understand.
People, you could tell. So when people, it's like that, people need it. People want it. Like they're okay, I need this. So that is truly good thing. And I didn't realize how deep it was. Like I said, I remember like last year I had posted, like I was trying to find a yoga instructor in the Woodlands where I live, because I was like, I just want to get back to that. I just needed that meditation. I love going to those sound baths that they have at the McGregor Park, but it's not all the time. It's just like random when you will find something like that. So, having something on a consistent basis where, hey, I need my cup filled up, because we're going, every single day, regardless if, we got a family, we still have a life to live, and then we pouring into everybody. By the time I get home, girl, I'm tired. I'm
tired. Like extremely tired. Yeah. Someone, Maya, said, what about a yoga retreat? Have you thought about doing a yoga retreat?
It's so funny that somebody's saying that, because someone asked me about, so actually, I want to say one of my friends sent me something. I want to say Shay sent me something just this week about a yoga retreat. So I got to do a little research. That could be in the works for 2025, but
it's going to be this year. Okay, listen.
We claiming it. Look, okay. I see big things for you.
I gotta do some research though first. Then I'll look into that, because I was just provided with some information on the retreat just this week.
Nice. I would be excited for that. Maya definitely would show up, and I definitely would be there. I'm all for retreats. And I know Nikki would be there as well. So look, and Chandra, see, she's still on ATL.
Tell Chandra we're gonna have a pain and yoga. We're gonna have to do something like that. We're gonna have to do a pain and yoga in Atlanta. Destiny would be all for
that. Would be so cool, a pain yoga.
Yeah.
Now, that would be cool. That could be part of your yoga retreat.
Yeah.
Listen, don't have us start throwing ideas out there.
Because look, let me tell you, I'll put you to work.
Look, I would definitely do some research on it.
I'm sorry, Dr. Laura says your workouts are intense, but we always make it through.
Yes, they do. They make it through. See,
and come on, retreat. Okay, we have Chandra said retreat. Like retreat, Monique retreat. Okay, now look.
Some confirmation in there, because like I said, I was just given some information just this week about that.
Okay, good. I'm excited.
So let everybody know where they can find you at on all your social media outlets.
Yeah, so they can find me. My Instagram is _GetFitWithNick. They can go to my website, which is www.NicoleLazard.com, and if they go there, they can just do fill out a contact me form, and I can contact them. But all of my information is on my website, and they can fill that information out, and I can reach back out to them from there.
Awesome.
And then, of course, my Facebook page is my name, Nicole Mitchell Lazard. I need to do a Facebook page but I like monitoring who my people are, because some people are weird.
Exactly.
Trish Mark says, "Thank you for being so amazing and helping me on my journey."
Okay. Tell her thank you. She is so welcome. That's my best friend, y'all.
Look, my bestie in here too. That's the one who said yoga retreat.
Yes, look, I would definitely, like I said, look into that. Do a little research to see what all is required, because that seems to be coming up quite a bit. So
I'm excited for you. Thank you so much for being on the show with us tonight. Be sure to email me so I can send you your woman to woman shirt. Okay. Nikki, I have your shirt made.
I know. I need to get it.
I know. I need to bring it, but this weather was like no for me. And also BJ has been like, under his mom lately. But we are so grateful that you came tonight and shared your journey and sharing what you're doing in the health and wellness field. You are changing lives. And we had to have you because you are changing lives and we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you.
And we will have you back. We do have another segment where we just in months to come. We're what is the International Women's Day? So we definitely
Yes.
want to be trailing your journey too and sharing it because definitely, it is amazing. And I know I've heard things with people that does the massages, people that does yoga, but to see our brown girl do it, if I've saw all of the people do it, but just knowing that it's so much more, it's so much bigger than you. And I can see this turning into so much big. So we're going to recap and then we're going to come back in 2025 when it's just like, girl, I'm in Atlanta, girl, I'm here. So it's going to happen. Because it's gonna be, I can see it globally because it's just so much like that healing thing. We need that. And when you say it's the difference when you do it for just women, but when you incorporate men, because a lot of times we leave the men out. So sometimes we got to say, you know what, we got to take charge and ownership. So bringing that component together, I think is truly, truly amazing. So hats off to you doing amazing things. Like I said, I can see this growing, getting bigger. And hey, look, 409, stand up, okay?
Yes, for the 409. Yes, for the 409. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. Very, very proud of you.
Thank you. I thank both of you.
Absolutely.
Is anything else you need to plug, Nikki, before we wrap it up tonight? Are we plugging anything tonight? Get Fit with Nikki has been plugged. I'm plugging my t-shirts, y'all, and my coffee mugs. I'm making more than woman to woman things. So if you
and then like for me, I have my sweater. I don't know if y'all can see it. I have my sweater. So I have sweaters and I have my t-shirts. Of course, I have my Get Fit with Nick. I have those sweaters also. All of those things are available. They can send me a message or on my website through my social media via Instagram or on my Facebook page. I like to see people walking around with my brand on to see, that even if they've never taken one of my classes, just to see, that they're supporting my business. Because you don't have to take a class to support a small business. You can just buy a shirt, you can buy a sweater, or, just share a post.
Absolutely. Sharing a post meeting. Just for me, it's tax season, so I'm busy diving into tax season. Starting this new thing, the photography space. So it's just basically like a house space, an Airbnb for photographers to come and do all type of content, photography, videography, whatever they need in that space. I'm going to be running specials for everybody. So I'm just actually hosting the space, and then I have someone that's going to be pretty much managing it. And outside of that, we're going to be heading to Austin, Texas in February. We have a sneaker ball there. We're going to yes, so we're super excited about that. And I know there's a lot more things that's going to come from that when we go in February. So we'll be able to talk about that later. And then I was going to talk about February. February is the month of love. So, we're going to have some different topics for February. So definitely, if anybody's interested in coming on.
Let me plug my brother because I am bringing him on. He is King Creole. He is an R&B singer. He is a songwriter. He is a beat maker. He is currently writing songs for a Netflix movie. So I definitely want to bring him in because some of his love songs, look, not just because he's my brother, he can sing and he can write, and he is going to be a blessing to have in the month of love. And he loves his wife. When I tell you to see a Black man love his wife, I'll just be like, ooh, I love it. I love it. So I do want to bring him on and just share some of his music and kind of like set the mood and the tone for February because it is the month of love.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I think tonight was amazing.
It was
a lot of amazing information. Like I said, Nicole, we're super, super proud of you. And just keep doing your thing, girl. It ain't stopping here. So just tie them shoelaces up and just get ready.
Keep going. Keep representing for the 409 and for God and for yourself. Absolutely. You guys have a great evening, and thank you to all of our guests that attended. We appreciate you, and thank you for all the audience members that were talking tonight. We definitely appreciate you guys. Have a great night, ladies.
All right. Have a great night. Have a great week as
All right,
well.
bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.